This is Module 4, Financial and Performance Management for the Front Office. Lesson 4.4, Internal Controls and Audits. Walk into any high-end hotel, and you are immediately greeted by an environment designed for absolute comfort and a sense of effortless belonging. However, maintaining this atmosphere requires a strict operational paradox. Behind the polished marble and warm smiles lies a complex, invisible framework of rules and procedures. We call these internal controls. Internal controls serve as the essential structural safeguards for a hotel's cash, its meticulous records, and its professional reputation. The high-volume nature of the front office makes the operation susceptible to compounding human errors and intentional misconduct that can quickly compromise the entire financial ecosystem. To see how operational discipline actually creates trust, we have to look at how these internal controls are built at the front desk, starting from first principles. Excellence in hospitality depends on a rigorous system of financial architecture and risk management. The front desk is the primary financial hub of the hotel. It is a fast-paced environment where multiple currencies change hands, sensitive guest data is stored, and the pricing of the hotel's room inventory is managed. Our first vulnerability vector is cash handling. A simple error in giving change or an undocumented petty cash payout creates a discrepancy that is nearly impossible to trace after a shift has ended. Beyond simple accidents, the system is vulnerable to room rate manipulation. An employee might sell a room at a lower rate to an acquaintance or friend. Alternatively, they could post a high rate but pocket the difference through unauthorized manual adjustments in the system. We also see risks in fake refunds. Without strict oversight, a staff member could process a fraudulent service recovery discount, effectively stealing from the hotel's revenue stream. Finally, lost deposits cause absolute transactional failure. If the paperwork is lost or the entry is skipped in the property management system, the hotel loses the ability to prove the transaction ever occurred. These leaks result in guest dissatisfaction, untraceable discrepancies, and severe financial leakage. Because the front office is inherently susceptible to high-volume risks, small, unmonitored mistakes will eventually snowball into massive liabilities. Mitigating these risks requires specific, non-negotiable management practices. The first line of defense is the policy of no shared drawers. Every guest service agent must be responsible for their own individual bank or float to maintain accountability. When two people use the same cash drawer, accountability vanishes. If funds are missing at the end of the night, it becomes impossible to determine who made the error. For high-value transactions like refunds or payouts, we apply the 4 eyes principle. Requiring 2 individuals to verify a transaction ensures that errors or fraud are exponentially more difficult to execute. We also utilize the digital audit trail within the property management system. In a modern PMS, every action, from checking in a guest to printing a duplicate receipt, is recorded as a traceable digital footprint. This transparency serves as a deterrent for dishonest behavior and a diagnostic tool for coaching employees on correct procedures. We maintain parallel physical security through strict control of master keys, which must be stored in locked boxes or cabinets requiring specific login credentials. Combining isolated accountability with immutable digital tracking eliminates the opportunity for unrecorded exploitation of the system. Because a hotel operates 24 hours a day, the end of the day is functional rather than literal, typically occurring in the early morning. This reconciliation process is the night audit, the heartbeat of hotel financial integrity. The first primary function of the night audit is verifying that room charges, taxes, and incidentals have been correctly applied to every guest's account. Second, the auditor balances cash and charges to ensure that the total money collected matches the reports generated by individual departments. The final safety net involves cross-referencing physical reality against digital records. The auditor reconciles the physical housekeeping report with the system's occupancy data to ensure there are no discrepancies. If the system shows a room as occupied, but housekeeping reports it as vacant, the auditor identifies this as a sleeper. A room shown as vacant in the system but occupied in physical reality is flagged as a skip. This reconciliation allows the auditor to catch and resolve errors before they become a permanent part of the hotel's financial history. The night audit prevents daily operational anomalies from hardening into unfixable financial losses. A system of controls requires active, engaged leadership to remain effective. Managers use spot audits to maintain the integrity of the operation. They must verify that digital reports match physical documents. If the system records 10 breakfast coupon redemptions, 10 physical coupons should be present in the Dropbox. This verification prevents the manipulation of digital data. Randomly counting a cashier's drawer or auditing guest folios for manual discounts keeps the staff alert and reinforces the importance of the rules. Leadership also involves teaching employees about honesty and the underlying purpose of these controls. Policies like no shared drawers protect the employees themselves from being blamed for mistakes made by others. A manager must act immediately when a discrepancy is found. Addressing small issues prevents the development of a culture where larger errors become acceptable. While hospitality is associated with luxury and comfort, the true strength of a hotel lies in its discipline. Mastering these principles ensures that a hotel remains resilient and successful, building a foundation of confidence from ownership right down to the guests.